All my life, all I've ever really wanted was a bad chick. Like, Janae Aiko, Instagram model bad. Curly hair bad. All my beats would probably sound like this.
So the main objective really was to get an 800 ISO speed film that was both affordable and suitable for my casual shooting needs. And luckily I went to find on YouTube that Matt Day had made a video about the Lomo 800, and thanks to his video I was able to discover this film and what it can do. I had shot this film long before making this video to see how it would turn out, and based on the photos I got previously, I was convinced I had to make a formal video of this film, and I decided to use it on a portrait shoot with a good friend of mine. I shot my friend Nico, and the shoot was held in 3 locations: his apartment, a back lane, and a tire storage place surrounded by shipping containers.
Hey Common, it's me. I've been thinking about you lately. I missed you. Call me back.
I shot Nico with my Mamiya RB67 and Contax T2. I purposely did this to see the differences that the film might have when shot on a larger 120 negative compared to a smaller 35mm negative. But before I started shooting film, I shot on my EOS R to kind of warm us up, especially when changing locations. Also, shooting on digital kind of helped us to figure out what poses work and what doesn't. When we moved to the back lane to shoot, some, if not all, of the shots were outrageously bright in the highlights. This was because I shot some of them when the sun was still really high up around 5 in the afternoon. And I don't think shooting an 800 ISO speed film in the said lighting condition was a good idea, but I'm pretty happy that I did anyway. At least now I know what are some of the limitations of the film. Right around 7 in the evening, we moved in to shoot at the tire storage place. At this time, the light was not as bad as before. This location was the location that I have been longing to shoot for the longest time. And I was really stoked to have been able to make my vision come to life. Also, big thanks to Nico for actually climbing up and down the tires and the shipping containers for us to achieve some of the shots.
I think about you all the time. Call me back.
The overall shoot went really well. It was just somewhat hard on my part because I was changing cameras all the time while trying to shoot the behind the scenes as well. At the same time, I was trying to make sure no one steals my stuff too. When I shot on the RB67, I overexposed the film by 1 stop and rated it at ISO 400. I also metered for the shadows the entire time. And based on the results I got, I think I like how the colors are rendered this way. It's worth mentioning that some of my shots on the RB67 were blurry. I think I could finally relate to Sophia Carey when she said she had a hard time focusing with the RB when she first used it. I honestly think I have nailed down the focus using the magnifier on the waist level viewfinder, but I guess not. Another thought that I had was the focus point of my Epson V600 might have been off during scanning as I was scanning directly on the glass. But I won't blame the scanning process as some of the shots turned out sharp. So I guess the out of focus issues can be attributed to myself as user error. I am pretty happy with the results that I got. And in my observation, Lomo 800 seems to have a lot of greens and blues and a slight magenta in the shadows, which I corrected in post. Although this might also be due to the lighting condition I shot the film on. Another observation that I have after shooting the film on 120 and 35mm was that the colors on the larger negative is not as saturated as the ones on the 35mm. This might be because of the larger negative, but I like the saturated look of the 35mm nonetheless. Overall, this film is underrated for what it is and for what it can do. But definitely, this film won't be replacing the Portra 800, as we all know that Portra 800 is a beast on its own regard. And that being said, this film will be sitting next to my Portra 800 as a backup if need be. So that's pretty much it for this video, and thank you guys for actually tuning in. And if you guys did like the video, please leave a thumbs up on this video as it helps the channel a lot. Also, if you're new here, thanks for dropping by and consider subscribing for more videos in the future. Also, you guys can check out my work on Instagram at Analogville and at Erwin Alejo. There is also another Instagram page that I run that I use for curating works of other Instagram creatives, which is called Lucid Dreams Magazine. If you do intend to submit your own work, just use the hashtag visual lucidity. So until next time, stay safe. Peace.